All right, everybody. It's time. It's happening. I'm going to show you the screen here. There we go. So welcome to Sunday night. Welcome to All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show. I am here with my two co-hosts, which I will introduce presently. But before we get started, we'd like to remind the audience viewing on Twitch, and also if you're viewing on YouTube later, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you'll get notified when the stream has extra videos. All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show is meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated by the three of us on the show are not that or those of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds. We were missing her last week. She is now back, fully healthy. Furied Fate, how are you this evening?
I'm good. If I sound different, it's because I'm in my kitchen making some food because, well, I'm hungry and I totally fucked up my time management. So there's that.
Time management fuck-ups. We like it. Mr. Leroon, how are you, sir?
Doing great. Just working on FGC business. Again, we've grown the EU community, and we've got a lot of new people volunteering to help. And next stop is Australia.
All right, Australia, here we come. So good. So today's subject for the show is going to be FGCon 14. We're going to get into that in a minute. I would like to announce a little special thing. One of our viewers and one of our members of FGC who does not know I'm going to say this, but Thursday, yes, Thursday?
Yep.
Thursday is Lady Shell's birthday, so everyone wish Lady Shell a happy birthday.
Yay.
And she is the current bit boss, as a matter of fact, and she's also been doing so much for the FGC community and for me personally as well. And she's currently making all the videos for how to make characters and stuff like that. So a big happy birthday to her, because we won't be able to say anything on her birthday Thursday because we don't have a show. But for today, a happy birthday. So
happy birthday.
FGCon 14. Let's get into it. One more thing. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Mark Burton, who is an author at the DMs Guild and is working with Sean Size, Walking Dude. And we're going to be giving away 2 of his items. We're going to be giving away Mind Magic for Fantasy Grounds Codex 1 and Mind Magic for Fantasy Grounds Codex 2. Each of these modules have 25 new spells in them, and we will be giving away 3 of each of those, so 6 prizes tonight on the show as we go throughout. And basically what I'll do is about halfway through I'll do one, and we'll do 3 winners on that, and then at the end I'll do another one, and we'll do 3 winners on that. So, very good. FGCon 14. What is it? What's happening? What is FGCon?
I'll tell you. Okay, we should say that this is not 14 years of Fantasy Grounds, because FGCon happens like what, twice a year?
Yeah, so it's 7 years. They do it right. Thank you for that. They do it in April and October. So they started 7 years ago, and I'm going to go ahead and show... Whoops, hello. What the hell? I'm going to go ahead and show the emails that I got. If you're signed up for their newsletter emails, you will get these emails. And here's one that came a few days ago, just reminding everybody. It takes place from April 12th to the 14th. And we're going to get... That's Australia time, so we're going to get into time zones and how that all works. And if you're not in Australia, like if you're in the U.S. or some other place... You got to pay attention to the hours. But basically, Fantasy Grounds College is being sponsored this year. So there's information about that. This is all available on the website as well, but this is just the email they sent. But the important thing to point out about... I just love that logo, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition. They play... Any game that's played on Fantasy Grounds, you can play at FGCon, and if it's not there, you can DM it and sign other people up to play. So it's just like a 3-day convention online. And you need to make sure that your Fantasy Grounds is up to date with 3.3.7, which is the current build. You do need to have Discord, and your headset has to be ready. You can't play games unless you have a headset. And GM should make sure that their connection test passes, and that is when you go open Fantasy Grounds. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. And you need to run this test, and it should say success there. And if it doesn't, then you need to fix why that's wrong. And that's a whole nother discussion about port forwarding and stuff, which with Unity we won't need to worry about anymore. And then all games must be played in the Fantasy Grounds Discord server. So if you go to the official Fantasy Grounds Discord and scroll down, they've got all these game channels here, and that's where you have to do your vocal stuff in there because they want to be able to see who's playing what, and they'll probably add channels if they need to, but they normally there's probably a few dozen games going on the whole weekend, but usually never more than 10 at the same time. But if they do, they'll add more channels. So the other email that I got today was this one, and it was just a reminder. I just love that. It was just a reminder that there are last chance games. So we're going to show you the website, show you how to sign up and all that if you haven't already and if you're interested in. But it kind of just goes through and talks about all the games that are being played. So Pulp Action, Trail of Cthulhu, Castles and Crusades, Shanghai Vampocalypse, I mean, stuff I've never even heard of, Pathfinder, D&D 5e, Pathfinder Society, and it goes on and on and on. So if you sign up for their newsletter, which you can do at their website, you will get these emails twice a year letting you know what's up. And they have sign up windows. You know, if you're a DM or a GM, you go and you sign up first and you populate your games in the schedule. And if you're a player, then a few days later the sign-ups open up. But the sign-ups for the games stay open until the convention starts, which is in 5 more days. So you guys still have time to sign up for games that aren't full. So let's get to the actual website. So the website, I'll post it in the chat here, is just fg-con.com. And when you go there, this is what it looks like. And you can sign in. So you see, howdy, howdy, that's funny. You can see in the upper right here, I'm signed in with my account. In order to sign up for the games and all of that, you do need to sign in. And you can go down here and read what's going on. They've got tips and tricks on how to let you know about whatever you need to know about all the games that you might be playing and all this other stuff. So then the basic important thing is you click right here on event list, and then it takes you over to the schedule, and it tells you what games are being played at what time. It tells you minimum players, maximum players, how many are booked, how many are pending, and how many slots are available. So for example, this D&D 5e, Nothing Happens in Elmwood, has 7 slots still available. It's the first game in the whole convention. So if you live... So all dates and times have been specified time zone American Los Angeles, which is my time zone. I don't live in Los Angeles, but that's the time zone I'm in. Now, here's the important thing that you have to remember. In order for you to look at this schedule and not be screwed up about the times, you have to go to your profile, edit my profile, and it might ask you to sign into WordPress or whatever, which I've already done. And so I need to go down here and go all the way down. And it says select your time zone. And so I would go here. And for me, mine's UTC -7. It's probably already selected, but it doesn't say it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it. So let's see. May I type it? No, I may not. Okay. So I'm assuming America. Is that what it said? These are not in any, they're in alphabetical order. Yeah, okay, America, Los Angeles is what I need. So there's Phoenix. Phoenix is also UTC -7, but I'm not going to pick that because they don't do daylight saving. They don't change. So here it is right here. So you have to find your specific time zone. There we go, update profile. Now, of course, the times aren't going to change for me, but depending on where you live and what your time zone is, you've got to put that in your settings so that you get the right times. So this is, in fact, Friday morning at 8 a.m. for me is the first game if I want to do it. But you can come over here and you can sign up for any of these games. And if you're a GM, you can then add games to the schedule, and then you'll be able to have people sign up for your games. So Monday, April 15th, there's a game at midnight and a game at 4 p.m. So it's it's technically through the 14th, but then it might bleed over to Thursday and Monday because of the time changes and various things like that. And then if you need help, you can always email them at team@fgcon.com. So keep in mind that Damien, the guy Damien on the forums, not Damien, I'm sorry, Damned. Damien is his real name. Damned is his forum name. He's the person that puts this together and runs it. I'm sure he has help with other people, but he's the guy that started it. And this is really not an official Fantasy Grounds thing. So if you have questions or problems or things you want to know about FGCon, you shouldn't email Smiteworks or Fantasy Grounds. You should email these people or post it on the forums, because Smiteworks is just going to redirect you to them because it's not really official. They support it, obviously, but it's not run by the company itself. So Leroon and Fury,
Kind of like us.
yeah, kind of like us, exactly. We're not run by that company. Did I miss anything, or was there something in there you guys had a question about, or was there anybody in the chat that had a question when I was doing all that?
I don't think so. Just people be aware that once you set your time zone, you see a class or a game at 3 a.m. It's probably in Australia or somewhere else.
Right. So it's gonna when you go do what I showed you and set the time to your time zone, then all these times will match your time. So if there's a game at 0300, then maybe you don't want to play in that one. But there's two. If you go down the available slots, 701, 70. See, these are full. 05. But there's still plenty of slots in games, and there may be games that get added before the convention starts, especially if you, a person listening to this video, are someone who wants to run a game. And you can run anything that happens on Fantasy Grounds. So it can be any rule set, any RPG that Fantasy Grounds does, you guys can create a game. And even if it's something that Fantasy Grounds doesn't have a rule set for, but you want to get people together and have like dice functionality and stuff, you can just use Core RPG and run any RPG on the planet. So you could do that. So there you go. Now we're going to have story time. Leroon said for me to tell my first experience, and then he's going to say hers and his, and then if Fury has a story, she'll tell that. I don't know if she does. So the very first time I did FGCon, I don't remember the number. I want to say it was, 3 years ago, so it maybe 9 or 10 or whatever it was. And I played in a game with Zacchaeus. I had never met him. And he ran something, and I still think he runs it. I don't know if he might not have it this year, but searching for lunch or breakfast. And no, he doesn't. So I think because he's busy creating the Salt Marsh thing for 5th edition, so he doesn't have time. But he ran a game called the Terrible Breakfast and the Terrible Lunch or something. It was something with breakfast and lunch, but I don't remember the name of it. But I didn't know who he was, and I had just been starting Fantasy Grounds, and so I went to play this game. And, of course, he has an accent. He lives in Scotland, and he vapes. He's vaping while he's talking to you and stuff. It was crazy. But he did a really great thing because he went and he changed all the monster names in the combat tracker. So when we would go into a room and there would be these monsters in there, in the combat tracker, their names were like Big Slobbery Red Monster or, frightening looking teethy thing or whatever he would call them. So it was really cool. So you had no idea what monster you were fighting. And he was really nice and accommodating, especially with new people. And I had, I believe if I'm not mistaken, it was the first game I ever played in Fantasy Grounds. I had bought the program and I'd watched some videos and did some stuff. And the point of the whole story is that that's how I met him. And then throughout the next few years up until today, I'm interacting with him. We're both developers for Fantasy Grounds. I talk to him all the time. We help each other with parse, and he's just a super nice guy. And you guys all know his name. If you're on the forums, if you're on the Fantasy Grounds Discord, you know who Zacchaeus is. And if you don't, you will if you get into, reading stuff. And he's the guy that mainly does the 5th edition Wizards of the Coast official module. So he built the player's handbook. He built, all the latest adventures. He didn't do them all, but he He does do, and he's working on Salt Marsh right now, and then he also goes back into the ones that he didn't build and updates them, and make sure that any mistakes that are found are corrected. But anyway, that's how I met him, and that was my first experience in the con, in FG Con, and it helped me. Playing that game with him and the other players that were in the game with me helped me to just fall in love with the program even more. I was already in, but it really sort of cemented my liking of the program and the way it ran, and how all the automation worked, and of course that sparked the idea in my head, like, ooh, automation, let me check more into that. And of course now we all know what happened. But that's basically the story. So Leroon, what is yours?
Okay. So to be honest, my very first FG Con, I missed it because I had no clue what the heck it was. I heard about it. I saw it advertised. I was still new to Fantasy Grounds, and I really thought it was a physical location. So I was like, I ain't going to that. I don't even know where that's at, But as time went on, I realized it was virtual, and I was a dingbat. So my very first one, I ran Character Creation 101, and I went to the website. I signed up. I jumped on the opportunity to do it, and I ran a Character Creation 101 for 3 days, and each day got increasingly less people. But it was a good experience for me to reach out to the community above and beyond what we've already established. And it already kind of is something that we're already doing in FGC every day. So I like the fact that Smiteworks flips the switch for everybody and gives them a chance to play, meaning that if you have a standard license, you probably have the ultimate license for the weekend. So I thought
That's
that
right.
was cool.
That's a good point. Anybody that has a standard license for the entire length of this weekend, that standard license turns into an ultimate license, so you can host as many players as you like in your games, even if they're demo players. And then after the weekend's over, it goes back to standard. So that's a good. They always do that. They do that for FG Con, and they also do it for FG Days, which is a different thing that happens, I think, also twice a year, run by different people. So there's
Right.
FG Con and FG Days, but we're talking about FG Con. And I think we talked about FG Days in the past. I want to say we did. So either we did or other people did. I know we did FG Con before Spring Break, and FG Con 12 we did a show on last year.
Yeah.
So maybe we didn't do FG Days, but that does happen, and you can find information about that on the forums as well. So.
Yeah, so I screwed up the scheduling on the classes that I ran. I didn't follow your instructions. I did put my time zone in, but I didn't read the instruction about scheduling it in UTC instead of my own time zone. So I had to email Damned, and he helped me fix it and figure it out. And yeah, it was a nightmare.
So if you guys do decide to be a GM for a game, there is a whole process. You go to My Bookings, and I won't walk you through it, but you click on the thing to enter an event, and then it tells you. There's this big instruction. Maybe I will show it. Let's see. Add a new event, which I'm not going to do, but I'm going to show you what happens if you do it. So it brings you back to your WordPress thing, and then I could have swore there was a there is an instruction thing in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's there somewhere. I had to go back and read it.
Yeah, and there's a thing that tells you how to do it, and I want to be able to show it to people, but boy, you'd think they'd have that right away up top.
Yeah, I guess Drake Takes is doing a game this Saturday at 10, and he's only got like 2 or 3 signups, so his is on Saturday at 10 LA time.
Well, there you go. So, yep. Drake, do you know that? Let's see, links. Advanced Grounds College, right there, bam. There is a thing that tells you how to make a listing. I mean, it's like a PDF, And it shows pictures and click on this and all that. I just don't know where it is. I'm sort of disappointed that it's just not easily available. Drake, since you made an event, do you remember where that is? I mean, I did it a couple years ago. I just can't remember.
Yeah, I remember Dam said, "Did you read this?" And I'm like, no.
Well, because it's not intuitive. You have to dig for it. But I was thinking when I said add new event, it would pop up a thing that said, here, this is how you do it. Yeah, it's not. This is the info you fill out, but it tells you, like I said, there's a walkthrough basically, with pictures and everything, and I just don't see it here, so I'm not sure. Let's see if Drake says he knows. I forgot. He says, yeah, well, that's my problem. Anyway, if you decide to do that, if you're going to run a game, you'll be diligent enough to figure out that information. I apologize I don't have it here, but you just really would hope that would be here, but it's just not.
Maybe in the downloads?
Recordings.
Your
free
downloads area?
Well, I don't think so.
Okay.
This is where you would think it would be. I mean, I don't know that we want to spend, 5 more minutes looking for it, but if I see it real quick.
All right.
And
it's almost prize time.
So. Yeah, it's going to be prize time.
While we're looking, we should do a prize.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's go do that.
Let me see if I can get a hold of Dam too.
Okay. So we're going to do let's find out what his name is again. Mark Burton. Mark Burton, that's what we're doing. So this is going to be Mark Burton. And it's the first one. We'll do number 1 first, obviously. So this is going to be a drawing for Mind Magic of Fantasy Grounds, Codex 1, with the 25 spells. Now, if you're watching me type that in, don't do it until the thing shows the notification in the chat. If you're aware enough to have seen me type that in, don't type it in yet, because it won't work until I hit the button.
I found it, Rob, from last year when Dam sent it to me.
Okay, so here we go. Start. So now you guys can type in keyword !FGCon, and it will put you on the list, and we'll run a 2-minute timer, and then we'll draw a winner. So, Leroon, where is it?
I posted a link in chat, and I posted a link in our private chat.
Okay.
And that's what Dam sent me last year when I couldn't figure it out.
Yes, here it is. Okay, so you would think that they would have a link to this, but see, like it literally tells you, go here, put your name and password, go over here, click on this, say this. It's a detailed walkthrough of exactly how to create a game. It's really nice, and I wish that was just a link that should just pop up. When I go here, it should say like.
Well, I'm going to make that one of our permanent documents for FGC. So next time we advertise for it, we'll have that.
Yeah, you should also tell Damned it would be nice for that to be very readily available and obvious on the front page or something.
Yeah.
Because I could not find it.
Yep. I got lucky.
Yeah, you got lucky. Okay, so we're giving away this. We're giving away Mind Magic for Fantasy Grounds. By Mark Burton. Also, Sean Sides, for those of you that don't know, he works with me as well. That is Walkin' Dude in the chat and on Discord. And he is the one that made this Fantasy Grounds module. The author wrote the PDF, obviously, and then Walkin' Dude constructed this. So props to him as well. He's done many titles for me. Maybe 12 or 14 titles, so he does a lot. And let's see what the counter says. What? 10 seconds? Okay, here we go. So as soon as that gets done, and then we're going to ask Fury if she has a story about FGCon. So the winner is... I'm going to draw 3 winners, actually. So...
Cool.
First winner is Drake Takes. Bam! Haha! Drake Takes. You know what to do, Drake. You've won before. You know what to do. PM me in Discord. And
Drake Takes.
Oh, Melrick Birch. He's new today.
Yeah.
So, Melrick, what has to happen? I know you're new, so here's what has to happen. I'm going to put a link in the chat for Discord. And what you do is you click on that link and come over to Discord and then PM me, send me a private message and say, hey, Rob, I won. Oh, you're not new today. You just followed today. Gotcha. Your follow was just today, though, wasn't it? So that I consider you new if you've just followed today. That's why I meant. But anyway, come over to Discord, PM me, and let me know that you won, and we'll get last week. Okay, very good. And the third winner is Rob Pappin. So Rob, you know what to do. So there's your 3 winners. And at the end of the show, we will draw 3 more winners for the other part, the part 2 one. So this one.
Now, can these guys enter again because it's part 2?
I would say that even if you won, you can still enter if you're lucky enough to win 2. Normally, if you win a prize, I like to restrict it and say that you can't enter again. But you should have a chance to win both. But I'm assuming that it'll probably be 3 different winners. I mean, statistically speaking, it should be 3 winners. Okay, so Fury, did you have an FGCon story?
I mean, nothing like super amazing or anything fun, but I did do a all girls table with GeoQuester and some of the maidens, and then I started playing with them for a while. So yeah,
GeoQuester. For those of you that don't know, GeoQuester, her name is Jeff Quinn. She's a girl, as Fury said.
What?
And
no.
You said you did a table with all girls. GeoQuester.
Oh, okay. except for GeoQuester, okay?
Except for GeoQuester. I see. Yeah, GeoQuester is married to Susie Q, who is a woman, near as I can tell. And she's very friendly. And so yeah, he did that, and he runs his channel too, and he has I don't know if he does it anymore, but he did do the maidens, and it was all women gamers playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. And we did a women's show about, I don't know, when was that? We did an all-woman show, which was
last year.
So, well, yeah, and
it was in the middle of the season.
It was early on. It was my eyes just all go crazy when I see.
By the way, Lady Shell made a list of all these episodes on our website.
Oh, yes, she did. Let's show that real quick.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's go to fantasygroundscollege.net.
Yep.
And it's in the database, or knowledge base,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Nope, not the knowledge base. It's in the FG Times.
Oh, FG Times, right. Okay,
Yep,
never
FGC
remember how
Time.
to work this.
It's an article.
And so, it is called...
And...
Let's go to page 2. It is called
there's
all the shows by topics.
Yes.
All things Fantasy Grounds.
There's 3.
So there's this one. Look at the first one. There's 3 of them.
Yep.
And I'm assuming she's just adding as we go now. But she's gone through, and she has given a synopsis to every single show we've ever done, which means she watched every show beginning to end. That's insane. That's crazy. Otherwise, how would she have done the synopsis? And then she's got the links here. So, like when we showcased Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, she said, one of the coolest accessory books for D&D 5e, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. This episode was taped shortly after the release. And then you click on it, and it takes you to the video in our playlist, episode number 23, like that.
Oh, man.
Everything is there, guys. Every one that where was that website? What happened? Did I close it? Damn it! I did. I screwed up. Oh, I know why. Because I'm used to links opening a separate page, and she has it where it opened it on the same page. That's why I'm used to the other way. No, that's Fantasy Grounds. Hey guys, if you want to go to the fantasygrounds.com website, that's right there. Fantasy Grounds, fantasy. I don't know how to spell. I can't type. I can't spell. I can't talk. Fantasy Grounds College.net. Damn it! What the fuck? There we go.
What the?
What the hell? All right, back to where I was. FG times FGC times, and here number
Yep.
3. So here's the third one. So she did them. I think she did them in 25 show increments.
Yep.
And then the one we did last week was sounds and Sirenscape and all that stuff. And then
Yep.
I'm assuming she'll add here tonight's show. So she's done a fantastic job. Props to her. She really does a lot for FGC, and she writes a lot of these articles. Now, guys, if you go to FGC and sign up on to receive, log in and check the box to receive the notifications, every time she writes something here, it'll email it to you. And that's how I found out about it. Was I got an email and said, hey, what are all these show notes? Nice.
So Gamer Girls was show number 25, so it's probably on page 2. Topic 3.
Oh, Gamer Girls was
Topic
number
2.
25?
Yeah.
Yeah, FG Gamer Girls. So we did that on June 3rd of last year.
Yep.
So
about a year ago.
I made a big point of saying how sad it was that we even should have to call that out. I just get so upset when I find out, I read articles on Facebook and stuff about how there's shaming and
Oh yeah.
whatever it's called, that like not blocking, but what's it called when they don't let women play? There's a word for it. I forgot what it is. But I get all mad about that. So
like gender discrimination.
Yeah, but there's a gaming word in specific. There's a word for it in gaming, and I can't remember. Right, it should be the norm. Yeah, Island DM is that's what I said. There shouldn't even we shouldn't have to have a show that showcases women, because that should just be the norm. That should just be how it is. Men and women together, like whatever. It's all equal. Like,
Right, kind of makes it a spectacle instead of a show.
And so I did that show, and I did it because we wanted to do it. We wanted to get some women on and let the community know about them. But I don't really want to do another one. I would do another one. I totally would if we thought we needed to do it. But it makes me mad that we have to do it. I mean, we're not going to do a show about men and gaming. That's just fucking stupid, right? And I just don't like it. But I would certainly do it again if we thought we wanted to bring on some.
Drake calls it gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping, that's what it is. It's gatekeeping, and I get so mad. Yeah. I hadn't even heard that term, and I was so mad.
I thought it was male chauvinism.
Well, but gatekeeping is where they, DMs put together games, and then they pick their players, and they don't allow women players to come in. And it's like, what? Why would you fucking... Don't be a moron.
They do that with new people, too. If you're new, you can't play in our game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand that a little bit, but... Like, that's why I have the 5e pickup games, right? I welcome new people. You don't have to fucking know shit. Just show up. That's how we do it. All right. Why did I get a beep in my ears? Is my battery dying? I don't think so. Okay. So next week, we're going to talk about Critically Awesome Essentials, and Diablo Bob will be here for that. He's going to have an update, plus he's going to showcase some new stuff that he's working on, so it's going to be exciting. What else do we have to cover? Let's see. Show notes. Oh, we did the event calendar and we did time zones. Okay, good. Yeah, we showed that.
All right.
So I think it's going to be a pretty short show. We're going to, we don't really have much else to say except FGCon. Know about it, do it, live it, know it, do it,
Let's talk about Unity a little bit. Even though we don't know anything for sure.
So if you guys have questions about FGCon or anything else, go ahead and type them in the chat and we'll try to get to them. Oh my God, I see Roll20. Let me read this. That sounds like just the opposite of what Roll20's head guy said. Oh yeah, Roll20. Oh yeah, he got in trouble for. Yeah, yep. He got in trouble. Yeah, well, we're not going to get into that. You guys can go read about it. But if you guys know, there was a big controversy about Roll20 because he said some nasty things, and he's just not. You can tell I'm curtailing what I want to say. He's not a good guy, is what I'll say.
How about that Unity?
Yeah, what about Unity? FG Unity. Let's take a look here.
I put a link on in the chat. And Lady Shell, again, wrote that article. It's a synopsis about the happenings or what Doug said or whatever.
Yeah, Rob, are you going to play in FGCon? I am not. I won't be able to because I've got a Friday game, I've got a Saturday game, I've got a Sunday show, so I've got enough going on. FG Unity is kickstarting May 1st. They talked about it on the Friday show a couple days ago, and that's on YouTube. You can check it out. There's also a forum post with all the questions and answers. They answered about 90% of everything anybody asked.
Yeah.
And it's gonna have cloud connections so that you don't have to port forward anymore. And there's a video of Doug dancing, saying it's real, and there it is. And he chose to wear a shirt. Shenanigans is a restaurant, and so he had that shirt on, and then people thought, oh, it's Shenanigans, it's April Fool's, it's not real. But anyway, that's what happened with that. But on the Twitter account, of course, I'm tweeting this out every day with a countdown, and you guys can go read about that. They pretty much answered any question you might have that can be answered prior to the Kickstarter. I mean, there's still stuff that's not going to be known until the Kickstarter comes about. But I'm thinking that over the next 3 weeks, we will see maybe a video or two. This is all I have. My job is just to put the tweets. So the only thing I was given was these 2 slides, and then eventually I was given this video. But that's all I have. I mean, so I don't know anything other than what the questions were answered on Friday, and everything else. I don't have any other information.
Okay.
But it is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And Layroon, you said you wanted to look at before the show
We got
started.
a synopsis.
You wanted a synopsis?
And I also wanted to see. Well, actually, I wanted to see your next 3.
Right.
Next
You wanted to
projects.
look at the. Okay, I guess I don't have the. I gotta actually go here. Now this is I'll put this in the chat as well. This is a public spreadsheet. I mean, I have spreadsheets for everything. Some of them are not public, but this one is. Rob Tui projects. So you guys can come in and look at this spreadsheet, and you can even click on the links if you want to. So this just says everything I've ever done. So I've got 121 items on the DM's Guild. I've got 40 in the Smiteworks store, 5 on DriveThruRPG, and then I'm a comic book on Amazon. So I have 167 things that you can buy with my name on it. Now, what's being worked on are these things here that aren't linked. So I'm working on the letter B for the that encyclopedia. He's going to do every level of the alphabet, and A is already out. This is every spell from D&D since the beginning translated to 5th edition. So that's just going to be huge. I mean, this one has like 200 spells in it. This one I think has about that. Tortured Land is the 4th installment of the 5e solo adventures. So for those of you that have got those and are following that, Death Knight Squire and Citadel of the Raven and Tyrant or whatever the hell they're called, I can't remember now all of a sudden. And this is the number 4 one, so I'm working on that. Character options, talents 2, and monster talents. Those are done by the same guy that did the Monster Manual Expanded, which I started work on, and he stopped me because he's doing some updates to that. So I'm waiting for him to finish. He said end of April before he gets that done. So Eberron Archetypes is being worked on by Knight 5150. He's had that since October. He's hard to get a hold of, and I've been trying to get updates from him. He had completed it and sent it to me, but it had errors, and so then I sent it back to fix the errors, and I haven't heard from him. So that's nearly done. The Comprehensive Equipment Manual, Matakiri is working on now. He's working on that. Grease Monkey's Handbook.
Yes.
Oh, wait, let's change that. Grease Monkey's Handbook, I believe,
Almost done.
It's in process. It shouldn't be red. It should be black.
Cool.
So he's working on that. That's Walking Dude's working on that. And then Legendary Dragons is from Jetpack 7. I've requested to be the developer on that for Smiteworks, but it's not going to be done till May. And then Handful of Heist I just got the other day. I don't even remember what it is. But anyway, so those are projects in the hopper. And you guys can always come in here. That you can bookmark this spreadsheet, and you can always come here and see what I've done and what I'm doing. So if anybody ever has a question about what are you up to, Rob, well, all this shit is what I'm up to. And they're prioritized, so I can change it here. I can go data, sort by column F, and then that's the order that I'm attempting to do them in. So 1 through 6, these 3 guys are working on those, and then these 2 I can't do because I don't have this information. So there you go. And that's it. And that's how you do it.
I'm excited about that comprehensive equipment guide.
Yeah, he's come a long way on that. As a matter of fact, do I have a message from him? No. Yep, he's working on it. I don't know how far he's done into it, but he's quite a ways. And we don't need Fantasy Grounds. And we don't need this anymore. Boom. And we don't need
Yeehaw.
iTunes. And we don't need the countdown clock. We can close all this stuff. So prizes, yeah, let's do it. Let's give the other 3 away. How about it?
Yep.
Let's reset. Let's just do the same thing. We're going to start it. We're going to have a 2-minute timer. And we'll draw 3 winners
Although
from this.
the prize description is going to change.
Well, all I did was put Mark Burton DM's Guild items, so that's still going to be the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
I didn't put number 1 or anything. So, guys, if you want to enter in, just put in the chat !FGCon, and we will draw 3 winners for the second version of his thing. And he does a lot of things on the DM's Guild. He's got here, I'll click on his name. So Mark Burton, he was kind enough. He just said, hey, he just contacted me. I never met the guy. He just contacted me and said, hey, would you want to give away some of my items on your show? And I'm like, all right. So he sent them to me. And so he's done quite a few things on there. But these things are, everybody's always hungry for new spells, right? So that's cool. And okay, good. I can get rid of this. We looked at that. Oh, I'm going to go see Shazam on Tuesday. Thank you. And let's get rid of this one. And somebody subscribed to the YouTube channel. Excellent. And, oh, yeah, this has nothing to do with anything, but let me show you. Here's why I'm going to
doxing.
see Here's why I'm going to see, well, just his name. Here's why I'm going to see Shazam. I mean, I was going to see it anyway, but this made me want to see it right here. So, I don't know if any of you guys saw Aquaman. I did not see Aquaman. It looked horrible to me. I didn't want to fucking have anything to do with it. And
it's
then
already coming out with,
Yeah, I get an email today from Warner Brothers that suggested that I watch this Aquaman 2 trailer, and I was pissed off. I was like, what the fuck? So I go here, and I click on this Aquaman 2 trailer. I'm like, really? The movie is still in the theater. They're already promoting this, and I was so pissed. And then watch what happens. That's right.
Shazam.
So then, and then it just goes on with, and it's a Shazam preview. So that really made me happy because as equally pissed off I was when I saw that it was Aquaman 2, I then became like, if you go all the way down the scale to pissed off, I was then all the way up the scale to so happy when I found out it was a Shazam thing, and they tricked me and they got me, and that's how I did it. And so then I bought a ticket to go see the movie on Tuesday. That's right. That's how you do it. One senior, please. It's true. I have gray hair. They don't ask me. All right. We don't need this anymore. Let's check the prizes. Let's just get to the prizes, everybody. Shut up, Rob. Give me that fucking prize. That's what I hear. That's what I can hear people in. It's like I'm Spock. I can hear people's minds. All right, here we go. 3 winners. First one is Evil Pope. Nice. Evil Pope I don't recognize as someone who's won before. You may have. My memory's no good. Everybody knows. So Evil Pope, click on... You haven't. He says nope. So click on the Discord link and come over to my Discord and send me a PM and say, hey, Rob, I won the thing on the show tonight. And by the way, those of you that won before, I didn't write this down, so tell me if you won number 1 or number 2. Send me a private message that says number 1 or number 2. This is getting out of hand. So, Evil Pope, you would say that you wouldn't won the second one. Okay, let's draw another winner. Here we go. Diablo Bob.
Yeah.
You guys can all join us next week for the show. Diablo Bob will be our guest, and he knows what to do. He's won before. He knows how to handle it. And the last winner is... Oh, Rob Pappin. So he won both.
Sweet.
Nice. Rob Pappin is a relatively new member of our community. He's awesome. But you know what? I am going to say everyone's awesome. If you're watching this right now, if you're in the Twitch chat right now, you're awesome. And as a matter of fact, everyone's so awesome. I normally give out end of stream rewards, which is just gold pieces for the chat economy, but you can turn those into XP and you can use them in games.
To help or fuck players over.
Right? And
Like Friday.
I normally give out 100 at the end of each show. Where the hell is it? Here we go. Just calm down, Rob. Everybody. End of stream. I'm going to give out 500 to everybody here right now. Because that's how I do. Boom. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. That's it. So good. That was, a shorter show, but all we wanted to do was let people know about FGCon, let you know how to go find it, how to go sign up if you want to do that. And I'll try to get this up on YouTube as fast as I can, so maybe in the next hour or two, so that if anybody sees it there and they didn't watch our show, they'll be able to get that information as well. But I think that's it. If you guys have questions, we'll still answer those. But I think we're done. What? It's over?
I think so.
All right.
Slam dunk.
Any final thoughts from either one of you two co-hoster people?
I can't believe it's been less than an hour. I mean, we
Right?
hardly ever go under an hour.
Normally
Yeah.
we go at least an hour, and then sometimes we get crazy. Somebody, Fuzzy Wuzzy played the applause sound. Nice.
Nice.
Normally we
Cool.
go over an hour and sometimes two, and it gets crazy. So upcoming shows, next week, Critically Awesome Essentials with Diablo Bob. Week after that, we're going to show you using spell tokens. That'll be fun. And then on the 28th, we're going to have Chris from GTW back. He will be our only guest that's been on 3 times, and he's going to walk us through Squareware. Now that it's out, now that it's available on Fantasy Grounds, he's going to show us how to use it. He asked, can the show be 3 hours? And I said, well, hopefully not, but you can do what you need to do. So he said it's quite involved. And
Nice.
then May 5th, you see it's in red here. It's 99% confirmed. But May 5th, we're going to have John Gregory, who is JPG, Moon Wizard, and also co-owner of Smiteworks, on the show to talk about Unity. So this will be during the Kickstarter. So 4 days after the Kickstarter starts, he's going to be on the show. That's going to be awesome. And then some future shows we're going to have up to and including 5 days after the Ghost of Salt Marsh comes out. We'll showcase it on the show. We'll open it up and go through it and show it to people. By the way, Wizards has changed now. They used to have a game store release date, which was the same as Fantasy Grounds, and it was 11 days prior to the street date. Now they've changed it all to one release date. So the release date, no matter if it's Fantasy Grounds or the game store or D&D Beyond, whatever the fuck it is, it's all just May 21st. So we couldn't do it on the 19th because I won't have it yet, but on the 26th we'll do it. And then if you guys have ideas, we should put the link to the Idea Informer.
Yep.
Yes,
Yes, Lady Shell, this is John's first time.
Yeah, John's never been on the show. We've asked John and Doug to come on the show. They say, fuck no, we're coming to your stupid show. But I asked John and Doug. They don't say that. I've asked John and Doug to come on for this, and Doug quickly emailed me and said, John would be great for that. And then John emailed me and said, I love how Doug volunteers me for this crap. And then he said he would do it.
Oh, so
Cool.
he did refer to us as crap. Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's me paraphrasing. John, of course, did not say that. He did say, I just love how Doug volunteers me. So
we did bug him, though, during our dinner.
Yeah, all things Fantasy Grounds. Idea Informer. There it is. Okay, so Fantasy Grounds has an Idea Informer, but we also have one for the show. So if you guys have ideas for the show and you can't think of them now, but you think of them later, just bookmark this. What the hell just happened? Just bookmark that link. Oh, I clicked on a button and it opened some crap. I don't know. So bookmark that. And then if you put ideas here, I get email. If you put an idea, an email gets sent to me and I'll respond to you. But we have taken into consideration anything that people put there. And so do that.
Awesome.
And that's it. I don't know. Is there anything else? Are we done?
I think so.
No more questions?
Nope.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming to the show. Don't forget, you can see our see shows that I do 5 days a week here. But as a matter of fact, here's what I'll do. I'll put the slides on. So we'll be back next week with Diablo Bob's for show 61. And on Mondays, I do module creation, which I'll be doing tomorrow. Tuesdays, no show. Wednesdays and Saturdays is 5e pickup games, which, if you don't know, anyone can come and play that. You literally just show up and play. Just be early if you've never played before. And then Friday, of course, is Joe Numbers DMing us in Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We're on level 3.
Cheer
Everybody's
bits.
dying
Cheer bits
16
in the
times.
stream. Thanks for the cheer
Grounds
bits.
College, cheer bits. So come and join us for that on Fridays. And that's it. Those are the 5 days that we do shows every week. So thanks to you, the viewer, and on behalf of my co-hosts, Fury Fate and Leroon, thanks for joining us. And until next time, good gaming, everyone.